Akil, realizing that he was coming down, bowled it wide, and he had to almost lunge with his bat to play that delivery, but got only a single.
Well, the Indians need boundaries. They haven't had one since the last 20 balls. Here is Hussain. He's in, and this is hoiked away into the Caribbean stand for 6. The commentator's curse. It's now 222 for the loss of 5.
Yeah, Akshar Patel is known to deliver some lusty blows, and that was one classic one from the left-hander, as it was short, deserved to be punished, and went right towards the Caribbean stand, and 6 runs to India as the score.
That was much needed. 222, double Nelson. So here is Hussain again. Hasn't been in the best of form. Comes in again and bowls. Advancing down the track is Akshar Patel. He saw him. He pushed it down the leg side. It's the end of the over. And at the end of over number 41, the latest score at the Queen's Park Oval, India chasing 312 to win the series. They are 223 for 5.
Yeah, with 10 and over required, the last over from Hussain conceded 11 runs. So India on target so far, trying to get 10 and over to get to the winning line, as 9 overs remain now, with India 223 for 5 after 41 overs. Shreyas Iyer scored 63, Samson 54, Shubman Gill 43, and Huda batting on 20.
Myers 2 for 40. Joseph has been absolutely brilliant. His 7 overs, 1 for 24. Shepherd has also been good, 1 for 42 in 8.
Question is, who is going to be the bowler to break this partnership, Vinod?
Well, Romario Shepherd, the man from Georgetown in Guyana, he's going to try from the southern end. Eight overs, no mids, 1 for 42.
Rather than containing the score, the West Indies team needs wickets. Wickets will put pressure on the batsmen, and that will make chasing even more difficult at this juncture.
So let's look at the field. The short third man, long off, 3/4 of the way to the boundary. There's a backward point, squarish cover. Man at just behind square and deep mid wicket on the boundary outside the off stump. I think the idea here, Doc, is to go full and wide.
Yes, he's going to
Signal
try
wide.
and bowl. Absolutely, Vinod, you're spot on. But that was a little too wide, and umpire appropriately called it a wide, giving one more run. Extras in this innings goes up to 10, as India score is 224 for 5, with Huda on 20 and Akshar Patel on 12.
Here is Romario Shepherd again from the fire, and he runs in, a big man. Passes the umpire now, bowls. This is struck straight back to him, and he traps it with his boot. Is that the shin again coming into action?
Well,
Let's have a look. Well. We'll have a better look from this angle. I think the hand saved him. Give him 100 for commitment.
Yeah, we were again going back to the anatomy of Romario Shepherd's knee and his shin.
He wants this win for the West Indies. He's throwing his body in the line of fire. Here is Romario Shepherd. He runs in again, passes the umpire now, bowls, and this is carved away down the ground for 6 over the Hero Honda sign.
Akshar Patel comes alive, gets up to 18 of 11 deliveries. That was overpitched, and Akshar Patel, with a swing of his bat, a free-flowing stroke over long off for a magnificent 6. Second 6 for Akshar Patel, as he continues to provide the firepower that India needs at this stage to get to the finishing line.
Well, a few more blows like that and they could be well on their way. 82 of 52. Shepherd, who's normally good at the depth, pitches the ball right up. Here he is now. Runs away from the pavilion end. He's into Patel. It's sliced away and down to point. protection on the boundary in the form of Rovman Powell, and they take one. So 81 to get off 51. Where's your money, Doc?
My money's in my wallet at the moment. I am not willing to say anything at this time because this game can turn upside down in a moment.
Well, Shepherd will be trying. The man from the land of many waters. $231 for 5. 41.3 gone. Here he is now. He comes in and bowls the hood outside. Yo, some sliced away. Down to third man for 4. This has been a very expensive over so far. 12 runs coming.
Yes, a 6, a 4, and a single, and that wide. This is costly. This is very costly for West Indies as Huda just slashes his bat at this delivery wide outside the off stump, and it races away over Joseph's head for 4 at the third man region. Deepak Huda also in the mix now. Huda moves on to 24 of 28 deliveries. Akshar Patel on 19 of 12 as India now 235 for 5.
Shepherd is still looking at his hand. Remember, Huda struck one powerfully back to him. He's feeling the effects of that. He's going to go around the wicket now to Huda. Here he is, he bowls, and this is worked away down to deep mid wicket. They take 1, they're looking for 2, and Patel is happy with 1. 1 delivery to go in an expensive over here for the West Indies. 76 to get off 49.
Remember, at 10 over mark, it was 100 runs required. So 10 runs and over is what the asking rate was. And the last 2 overs, they have exceeded that requirement, partially because of some of the wayward deliveries that have allowed the Indian batsmen to hit those strokes. And now it is Akshar Patel, the left-handed batsman, to take strike against Romario Shepherd. The last ball of the 42nd over coming up. Some field adjustments being made. There is now a deep square leg for Akshar Patel that is moving. There's a deep mid-wicket on the boundary and a long on the boundary as well.
Here is Romario Shepherd around the wicket. He comes in on both. So Patel, he clips it away just forward of square. And it's going to be fielded down there by Jaden Seals. Only 1. It's the end of an over that cost 14. The required rate has dropped to 9.38. And at the end of 42, the latest score at the Queen's Park Oval in there at 237 for 5.
The last 2 overs have been quite productive, with more than 10 runs coming off each over, which is what India is targeting. At this juncture, it is important for India not to lose wickets. For the West Indies to come back in this game and make a statement, they need a wicket badly, because if Huda and Akshar Patel continue in this style, then I think the score will be achieved with relative ease.
Well, there's a big discussion now amongst Hussain, Joseph, and the skipper Puran. Joseph had handed umpire Wilson his cap as if he wanted to come back in, but I think it's too early. Hussain has to bowl 1 more, so Joseph could go down to the penultimate over, which is the 49th. He has 3 overs to go. Puran and Hussain, both members of the famed Queen's Park Cricket Club, having a discussion, so they know this venue well. Shepherd is receiving attention down at the deep mid-wicket boundary. At the moment, 75 to get off 48 balls. India in with a chance here. The West Indies will be looking to win this encounter to keep the series alive, and I think a number of people will be showing up here on Wednesday if that's the case. Here is Hussain. He's in and bowls. Patel looking to clip it around the corner. It beats short fine leg, but deep back was square. Good work there by the leg spinner Hayden Walsh, making good ground and cuts it to 1. One would have thought there that that might have gone into the boundary after it eluded Jaden Seals at short fine leg. So you can hear a pin drop at the oval at the moment. The tension is so thick you can cut it with a knife. Here is Hussein around the wicket. Driving, it takes the edge. Goes to short third man. Huda gets one. Hussein getting that one to grip and turn.
You know, Huda, of course, was the standout man in
In fact, it
the
was a-
India-Ireland series.
It was a drop catch. Difficult chance to hope. Just brushed the glove on the way to short third man. Here is Hussein. He's into both. Aksa Patel swings this down behind square. One of the better fielders in the Caribbean is there. And that's Hayden Wall. She fires in the return. And that's one more. 72 to get. 45 balls.
3 runs coming off this over so far, 3 singles. Hussein would not be complaining, but what he would like is one of those deliveries that he's trying to cut 3 fielders on the offside.
As Hussein, this one is short. It turns. He slashes at it. It goes down to the sweeper on the cover boundary. Rovman Powell picks up with one hand, releases it quickly, and keeps it down to 1. 241 for 5. I think from Kingston in the north of the Caribbean to Georgetown in the south, they're all glued to the coverage because this is a really exciting encounter. The West Indies putting up a good fight here. Flat, swung away for 6. Patel is bringing India right back into this encounter. 247 for 5.
Yes, Akshar Patel is again displaying his ability to hit the ball long and handsome as he hits again another one in the arc over mid-on for a magnificent 6.
That was
77 meters, Vinod.
and was in the arc and it was dealt with in the appropriate manner. So 10 in the over so far. The West Indies, as I said before, will be looking to sneak a victory here to keep the series alive. Here's Hussein round the wicket. Outside the off stump, played away down to cover on the boundary for 1. And we spoke about Wednesday's game. If the West Indies can keep it alive, you could have a big crowd here. And I'm sure that a number of the fans who would have gotten tickets today, courtesy the Cricket 360 giveaway, the Cricket 360 social media team was in the stands giving tickets away. And I just wanted one and didn't get it.
But were you in the stands or were you in the commentary box?
Well, I left the box. I went into the stands, hopefully looking to get a ticket, and they passed me straight.
Well, I have no comments.
248 for 5. The last over 11 coming. And they're staying in the game. This is going to be a very important over from the far end. It means that Joseph will bowl the 44th, 46th, and 48th. Bran is throwing his trump card in at this point in time.
Vinod, I think the match is moving in India's favor, I must say. You may not be happy to hear it, but the momentum is shifting rather quickly in India's favor at the moment.
I want to agree with you with that, but I still say it's on a knife's edge.
But the edge is quite blunt now.
Let's see if Joseph can make a difference. He's coming in from the far end. Leans forward and runs in. The man from Antigua. Up to the wicket now bowls. And this is played away just forward of square. It was a weighted shot there. Looking for 2. And Huda can't get it. So that's 1. Puran willing to save the boundaries and give up the singles.
Huda and Akshar Patel both have played a lot of T20 matches in the IPL. They are very familiar to be in this sort of juncture, this sort of situation where they have to bring the team home. And this effectively is like the last 5 overs of, or like last 7 overs of a T20 match or an IPL match that they are so familiar with. So Huda 27 and Aksar 30, both going great guns at the moment as Joseph starts to bowl the next ball.
There he is. Joseph runs in, goes past the umpire now, bowls. That's a good delivery, right up, played away down to long on. And that's just one. The captain himself, Nicholas Puran, better known as Nicky P, returns the ball, and that's just a single. The 250 is up. It's 250 for 5.
43.2 overs have gone so far. I think Huda and Aksar Patel both seem to be playing quite comfortably. They are not taking any undue risks. Aksar Patel delivering some lusty blows when the ball is in his arc as Joseph comes in.
Is Joseph up to the wicket now, bowls, whipped away. A nice shot down to deep mid wicket, and a lovely bit of work in the outfield. That's one. So, the man Shamar Brooks getting rid of that quickly. 251. So 61 of 39 balls. I just got a message from my dear friend out of Barbados, Andrew Mason, and he's telling me, make sure and mention the balls, and he's one man who counts his balls very carefully. 61 to get off 39 balls. Good afternoon to the mayor of Bridgetown. Here is Joseph from the far end. He runs in, goes past the umpire now and bowls, and this is worked away around the corner, and a bad misfield that leads to 2. The West Indies, they need to be sharp. Hussein, the guilty man, and Alzari Joseph, who smiles once a year for Christmas, is looking at him in with a very angry expression in his face.
At this juncture, there should be no freebies whatsoever. The fielding has to be very tight, and it's so far it's been 5 runs of this over. 59 more needed of 38 balls.
It's runs needed and balls available. Getting too close for comfort. Good delivery. Yorker length. They take 1. They're going to come back for 2 because the field is set deep. And this is good running by the Indian batsmen out there. 2 more. 57 of 37.
Yes, we know the West Indies needs wickets at this point. If the wickets are intact and Indian batsmen, these two, particularly Huda and Aksar Patel, continue, this is a done deal. But we never know. Cricket is a funny game, and a wicket here or there can certainly change the equation, and the match could certainly be in the favor of the West Indies.
Well, just to update you from Gilbert Park, Trinidad and Tobago has gone under to Guyana by 9 wickets. Imagine that. I think Dindial, the young man, being the star today for Guyana, as they chase down 209 made by Trinidad. This is down to a long on. They take 1 more. A good over by Joseph in the context of the game, just 8 runs. So now, 56 required of 36 balls.
So in the last 60 balls, 100 runs were required, and now in 36 balls, 56 runs are required. So India certainly moving along with great pace and keeping the equation in mind. Both Deepak Huda as well as Aksar Patel playing very confidently and intelligently, I might add. They have not taken any unusual risks with some risky strokes when the ball is about to hit and they have it in their arc and in their comfort zone. They have dispatched those deliveries to the boundaries, particularly Aksar Patel with those 6s that he has demonstrated here at the Queen's Park Oval.
Well, a surprising move here from Nicholas Puran, continuing with Hussein, who has been tremendously expensive here. And even the crowd, they're calling for him not to use Hussein at this juncture. Here he is around the wicket, he bowls, and Huda tries, it takes the edge, and he's gone! Caught at backward point, Hussein strikes, and India, they've lost another wicket. They are 256 for 6. Huda is out of here for 33.
Yes, Vinod, I was just saying it for the West Indies to make a comeback in this particular match here at the Queen's Park Oval. They needed a wicket. And Akil Hussain, that we thought it was not the right choice by Nicholas Puran. He persisted with Nicholas Puran and he has delivered the goods for the West Indies.
Hayden Walsh takes the catch, and they're celebrating here in Port of Spain as Huda has to leave. Is there drama to come? He goes for 33, a good hand by Huda of 36 balls.
Yes, India now 256 for 6. India need 56 more to win of 35 balls and 4 wickets in hand as Shardul Thakur is joining Akshar Patel. Shardul Thakur, of course, a very handy batsman, a very handy all-rounder who performed quite well with the ball, grabbing 3 wickets for Team India. And now he has joined Akshar Patel. It will still be the left-hand, right-hand combination, which will be interesting to watch because it's Akil Hussain who will be on top of the world after grabbing that wicket, Vinod.
Shardul Thakur, 21 matches, 212 runs at an average of 35.33. India will need that. Hussain dragging him wide. He was not in control, and the ball spooned to Hayden Walsh, who took a wonderful catch. So at the moment, Akshar Patel is a dangerous man, and he's still out there. He's on strike now. The thing about it here, Nilesh, Hussain is going to turn the ball into him, and we've seen what he has done with Hussain already. With those deliveries turning into him in the slot, he has gone over the infield. He struck a mighty blow over long on. And here he comes again, Hussain, 56 of 35. If he can get Patel now, that'll put the West Indies in the ascendancy. Here he is now. He bowls to Patel. He drags this away from way outside the off stump down to deep mid wicket for 1. And the score now goes on to 257 for 6.
Yeah, Shardul Thakur has experience in the shorter formats of the game, both T20 and ODI. Obviously, a lot more in the T20 format. Now taking his guard, man from Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. And you will probably want to know again, Vinod, who was his coach.
Don't tell me, lad. Yeah, he is now Hussain. Outside the off stump, he's hitting his down the ground. Not in total control, shocked the bottom of the bat. And he got 1. Is it lad?
It is lad.
He's a good lad.
And so is Shardul Thakur. He's a good lad.
258 for 6. What a match this is shaping up to be here. 54 of 33. Akshar Patel, an ever-present danger. 32 of 20. Here's Hussain. He's into Patel. Outside the off-stump, he cuts in the air. Over backward point. It's running away into the boundary for 4.
That was very well placed. There were 3 fielders inside the circle on the offside, and there was one patrolling the boundary at deep extra cover, and he was able to guide that delivery over the point area, and it ran away, and the fielder at extra cover running to his right absolutely had no chance to stop that ball, as Akshar Patel now adds 4 more runs to his tally.
Well, fans are really enjoying themselves. Here is Hussain. He comes in again and bowls, and he has to fetch this from outside the off stump. 49 of 31 balls now. As just to go back to that Guyana Trinidad game, Guyana 205 for 1. In fact, 209 for 1. Ramnath had 94 and Joda 50. Dindial, I think, also got some runs in that. Bowling for Trinidad and Tobago, Jason Agard got the lone wicket, 1 for 57. Here is Hussain. Outside the off stump. Played away by Thakur. They take 1. Thakur wants 2. Rovman Powell threatens to throw the stumps down. Dindial got 48. So it's the end of the over. At the end of 45, 264 for 6. 48 to get of 30 balls.
Shardul Thakur playing his 22nd ODI, and his highest score is 50 not out. And Shardul certainly will need every bit of his batting prowess to support Akshar Patel at the other end, as India now needs 48 more runs to win off 30 balls in this match that is becoming a very exciting match, Vinod.
Yes, it is. Shaping up just like yesterday. Well, the day before, you weren't here yesterday, Nilesh.
No, I was here the day before.
Yesterday you were at Naprima College in San Fernando.
Yeah, and you told me
That venerable institution.
absolutely where Nicholas Puran got his education.
Let's see if it worked out for him. He's at the lead here in the West Indies team as the captain. 8 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 32, Alzarri Joseph. And I'm sure everyone in Antigua is glued to the coverage. I want to say good evening to Sir Isaac Alexander Vivian Richards. Here is Alzarri Joseph. He comes in on 1 ball. Down the leg side, clipped away fine. And then it's going to run away for 4. 4 byes.
Yeah, there was a wayward delivery. We know that at this juncture, we can ill afford to have those freebies, like I was saying earlier. These are the runs that cannot be given away that easily.
Well, the umpire signaled the byes, but you can clearly see from the replay it brushed the tie pad. I don't think Hope will be happy with that, because byes goes against his name in his 100th match, in which he scored 115 runs. Joseph is calling, finding up into the circle. And Midon goes right back on the long on boundary. 44 to win from 29 balls. The match is on a knife's edge. Someone passed and sharpened the knife that was blunt, according to the good doctor. 44 of 29.
But you can always sharpen it again, we know. Then this is the time for the West Indies team to sharpen their knife and get alive.
They need to be sharp in the field.
This match is far from over. Another wicket by the West Indies will put India back on the back foot. Shardul Thakur is a seasoned campaigner.
Puran, you can see the pressure on him. Here is Joseph. He runs in now on both. Thakur, who's driving down the ground, he'll get 1. Don't think Joseph will mind that too much. That was a quick delivery, 143 clicks.
Extra effort into every delivery at this juncture. The bowler wants to bowl his heart out to make sure that he gets a win for his team. And Alzarri Joseph has been bowling quite well. He has conceded 33 runs in his 8.2 overs. As the current run rate is 5.93, the required run rate is 9.21. Akshar Patel batting on 37 and Shardul Thakur batting on 3.
Here's Joseph again. He breaks into his run now, goes past the umpire, bowls. This is struck down the ground. That's a mighty blow for 6. That could change things up. Into the Jeffrey Stollmeyer stand, 275 for 6. Akshar Patel, the man who got his name changed by his principal in receiving his school leaving certificate. He changed it from Akshar to Aksa. Well, I think the principal might well change it back to Akshar after this knock.
Yes, Akshar in Gujarati means handwriting, and I think the writing is on the wall now. I would think.
Are you calling it too early, doctor? Are you calling it without your scans? Here is Joseph up to the wicket now. Bowls. He misses a full pitch delivery. It's a no ball. So a free hit is coming up now. Joseph losing the plot here.
Well, the 4 byes that we got on the very first delivery of the over, and now a no ball of this 4th ball in this over. This is not what the West Indies fielding team in the bowling unit would want at this juncture. No freebies. Let the batsman earn every run. 37 more to win of 27 balls. Every run counts. Every ball counts. And I think sharpness on the field, accuracy by the bowlers is all that is required.
35 of 27. And it's going to be Joseph from the far end. West Indies in dire need of a wicket here. Here is Joseph. He runs in. Goes past the umpire now. Bowls. And this is down the leg side. Hope dives. It's another no ball, because that is going to be signal wide as well. So the free hit is in effect. In fact, it's signal no ball again. by umpire Brathwaite. Full toss over the waist.
Yes, this is not what the West Indies want at this juncture. We know 2 consecutive no balls, 4 byes of the very first delivery, and when you only have 27 balls to bowl with, and we are seeing the replay, and that was quite wide.
I think that one slipped out his hands, and poor Hope, diving away. 33 of 27. I think the West Indies are really up against it now. Joseph, the spearhead of the attack, falling apart here in his 9th over after doing such good work today. Here he is. He's into Aksa Patel now. He drives down the ground. He's going to get 1. Myers is there. 32 of 26. That was a quick delivery, 146 clicks. .280 at the moment for 6. This is the 46th over. Puran looking at Joseph as he runs in. He comes in on ball. So Thakur, who cuts into the hands of the sweeper. Joseph strikes and the crowd roars in Port of Spain, Trinidad. It's 270 for 7.
That is what the West Indies needed, a wicket at this juncture with 32 more required of 25 balls. India now reduced to 280 for 7, a wicket at the right time, and I think this will bring the spirits up because he has been wavered in this particular over with 2 consecutive no balls, 4 byes earlier in the over, and Nicholas Puran pumping his fist to support the catch that was taken deep in the boundary lines.
32 of 25 balls, and what the West Indies team need to do here is to continue to take wickets. This has been a long over by Joseph. So far delivered 7 deliveries and it's still 1 to go. But that man is still there, Aksa Patel.
Joseph now 2 for 42 in his bowling in his 9th over. Avesh Khan, the debutant in the one-day international format for India, is now joining Aksa Patel. Avesh Khan, of course, plays for the Lucknow Super Giants in the IPL, and Lucknow Super Giants reached the finals. Avesh Khan has had experience in the IPL format and is familiar in this format.
Well, I'm looking at his list A average, which is 9.64. Not much to really write home about. But Aksa Patel is there. The West Indies, they're fighting. They're fighting back. 32 of 25. Avesh Khan has a very thick bat in his hands.
Yeah, Avesh Khan's job is just to take a quick single and perhaps not at this juncture because this is the last ball of the over. He may just want to make sure he survives this over from Joseph.
Yes, Joseph again. He runs in, goes past the umpire now, bowls to Khan looking to hit it down the ground. He could get run out here. Puran he strikes at the strikers, and it was wayward. And Hope did not have enough time to go up. Where was Avesh Khan going?
And Aksa Patel is confused and angry. I said, "What were you doing, Avesh? This is the last ball of the over. All you had to do is just hang in there and give me the support that I need." Now 32 more required of 24 balls. Last 4 overs coming up for the West Indies.
I think he got all of us confused there with that decision to go down the track. Now, the youthful Jayden Seales has been asked to be a big man this evening.
24 exciting deliveries coming up as this match is headed towards even more excitement than we probably had the first time. Will it beat the excitement that we had on the first game?
Well, a change of plans here. It's now going to be Shepherd to take up the attack from the media center end. 9 overs, 1 for 56. And Shepherd had a costly last over. 14 runs came. He'll want to do a lot better here now. He's bowling to Axar Patel. One would have thought that with Axar accessing the onside so well that he would have looked to attack him full and wide and let set third man right back on the boundary.
Keep the ball away from his arc. That is the key. Right now, all Shepherd has to do, keep the ball away from Axar's arc. His zone is mid-on, long on, mid-wicket areas.
Well, they're doing the right thing now. Well, 3 times in this over before it has started, Joseph has tried to go down to the third man boundary and has been called back into the circle. Here is Shepherd round the wicket to Patel. He bowls it short in the air, and Joseph is running down to third man. It's going to go into the boundary for 4. He should have been at third man in the first place, and that's a boundary for India.
A well-needed boundary for India, and there was not a stroke from the textbook, because he really went after it and got a thick outside edge as the ball ballooned up in the air, and Axar was looking for the ball where it was going, but 4 runs nevertheless.
Brandon King has come across the Puran. He's pointing to third man. Patel, 48 of 26, the hero today for India. They have to get rid of him. Here is Shepherd. He comes in again and bowls him. He clips it away. Down through mid-wicket. That's into the boundary for 4. What a half century by Axar Patel. 27 balls. And I think he is very close to taking India to a series win.
Yeah, that is his maiden one-day international 50 for Axar Patel, reaching 52 of 27 deliveries, and back-to-back boundaries by Axar Patel, and the equation is clearly shifting in India's favor as the runs keep coming from Axar Patel's bat. He clearly has been the hero in this chase by India in this second one-day international here at the Queen's Park Oval, as the crowd suddenly has become quiet after those 2 boundaries by Axar Patel.
192.6 his strike rate. Shepherd struck for 2 4s in this over so far. 288 for 7. Now he goes to over the wicket. Comes in now, bowls to Patel, and he plays it away down behind square for 1. So it's now 289 for the loss of 7. 24 of 22.
Yeah, the equation is now clearly shifting rapidly in India's favor. With 60 balls, 100 runs were required at one stage, and now out of 21 balls, India needs 23 to win. Almost 1 run a ball, and if Axar Patel continues to stay at the wicket, they may not even need the 21 deliveries, Vinod.
Yeah, he's on 53 of 28. Avish Khan on debut waits for Shepherd, who runs in now. He's up to the wicket, bowls same. He strikes this down the ground, and that's going to go for 4. Avish Khan comes to the party, and now 19 of 20. That's going to go for 4.
Yes, Avish Khan has joined Axar Patel, and Avish Khan says, well, if you can hit, so can I. And on his one-day international debut, he just hits that one over mid-off, and the ball races away to the fence. Runs coming in 4s and 6s, either of the bat of Axar Patel or Avish Khan. But now, in the last 22 balls, 45 runs have been scored, Vinod.
Yeah, the Indians have really turned it on here. 19 of 20. Here is Shepherd up to the wicket, bowls to Khan. Khan is hitting it down the ground. Again, Puran is there, and there is no run. He rushed in to mid-off. He was 3/4 of the way to the boundary for the previous delivery, and to me, that's a nothing field. 3/4 of the way to the boundary. You're either up or you're back. 19 of 19 now. 293 for 7. And the West Indies will think that the only way they can win this is by bowling India out.
Yeah, there was a rare dot ball that was much welcomed by the West Indians. 19 of 19 balls.
Shepherd has been expensive, 69 so far. Comes in and bowls, and again this goes down to cover. Kyle Myers is there. It's the end of the over. 2 dot balls, so 19 to get off 18. And unless the West Indies can prize a wicket here, one would think that India will run away with victory.
Yes, West Indies needs another wicket to make this match interesting for themselves and for the crowd. Crowd has very much been involved throughout the game.
Well,
They have enjoyed, the good match.
The highest successful run chase in the Caribbean is 361. England against West Indies at Bridgetown in 2019. Sri Lanka got to 313. West Indies got 309. South Africa 304. England 301. West Indies 292 against New Zealand. 287 against Australia at Georgetown in 1995. We all remember that game. And of course Australia 283 at Bridgetown in 2016. It's going to be Alzari Joseph again from the far end with his final over. 19 to get off 18. Is there a further swing? Wait to see. It's going to be Akshar Patel, the hero for India. 53 of 28. He waits for Joseph. Passes the umpire now, bowls him, he plays it back to him, and Joseph plays some football. He's putting his body in the line, traps that, not as well as Sid Gray did, and he gets a single. 18 of 17.
Now it's going to be Avesh Khan on strike, and Avesh's job is to get the strike back to Akshar Patel, I would imagine, unless Avesh himself is going to hit ball over the offside, because there is nobody patrolling. There's only one fielder on the offside patrolling the boundary. Now there's a third man going back to the boundary as well. So 2 men patrolling the offside on the boundary ropes.
So there's a third man back as well as a long on. And here is Joseph. He runs in now. Bowls to Khan. Khan is pulling away. Slow delivery. Goes through to Hope. That one time at 122. 294 for 7. 18 of 16.
Akshar Patel comes down the wicket to give a piece of advice to Avesh Khan to keep his cool. Of course, Avesh Khan playing his first one-day international for India. This is his debut.
Didn't do so well with the ball. He'll want to do it with the bat. Here is Joseph. He's into him again. Slow ball bumper. Signal wide by the umpire. Joseph is not happy. I think one of the differences between the two teams being extras, the West Indies giving up 19 and at crucial periods in the game. Well, I thought that was he was very unlucky. That was well within the guidelines. But that line is just yet to guide the umpire. The decision is his in the end. Joseph, as you can see it there, not happy. Here he is. He comes in now and bowls, and Khan is hitting his down the ground. They take one. Puran comes into play now. 16 of 15.
At this point, Akshar Patel will want to finish the game for India. He will want to stay there, and he's the one in form. He's the one who has been getting the runs, and at this point, he certainly would not want to throw his wicket away. And he has batted quite responsibly for his 54 of 29 balls, scoring his maiden 50 in a one-day international for India.
You can see Joseph holding that ball cross seam and running in now. He's up to the wicket and bowls. That's a good delivery. Pushed away down to long off. 15 of 14. I think they're looking to play Joseph out. Just get the singles. They're well within striking range here.
Are you getting a little nervous, Mr. Mamchan?
Well, I'm not bowling, Nilesh. I'm just calling it as I'm seeing it.
But while you are calling, is your voice a little shakier?
I've been struggling with my voice. in recent times.
That's because you haven't had the ginger tea in the afternoon.
Here is Joseph running in again from the far end. Goes past the umpire, bowls to Khan. Khan swings and misses. The crowd roars. 15 of 13. Can Joseph send him back now?
That particular delivery wasn't too indifferent compared to the earlier one, which was called a wide, Vinod.
Yeah, that's why I said he was unlucky to be on the wrong end of that call early on from umpire Gregory Brackwith. Joseph turns. He's done well for the West Indies today. 2 for 46. Just under the CG United sign. He comes in now. Goes past the umpire. Bosa Khan. And he's cleaned him up. Has he? No. Striking him on the pad. And a good fight back by Joseph. Just 4 runs in the over. So, 15 to get of 12 balls. That's the situation at the Queen's Park Oval.
Last 2 overs, 12 deliveries remaining and 15 to get, as Vinod Mamchand just told you. India 297 for 7. It's going to be, looks like deja vu. The bowling figures, Joseph 2 for 46 after completing his 10 overs. Seals 9 overs for 33 runs, no wicket. Shepherd 10 overs, 1 for 69. Mayers 7 overs, 2 for 40. Hussain 9 overs, 1 for 72. And Hayden Walsh 3 overs for 24 runs without a wicket.
Well, you're looking at the situation here now. Seals is going to bowl his final over. He has been brilliant today. And if the match enters the final over, you'll have to go to Myers. Here is Seals. Comes in on bowls, and this is whipped away down behind square. Just one to Axar Patel. The West Indies would have no problems with Avesh Khan being on strike.
Absolutely, and that was a single that Axar Patel took, and now he's going to Avesh Khan to have a word with him, perhaps a word of advice to get a single and get Axar Patel the strike back. Avesh in his debut match must have some butterflies in his stomach.
Yeah, definitely. He's found himself in a situation here where he has faced 8 deliveries. He has 5, including a boundary, which means that 6 of those deliveries he has not been able to score off. Here's Jaden Seals. It's getting a bit dark here in Port of Spain. He runs in on Bosa Khan. Khan strikes it powerfully through the offside, and it goes into the boundary for 4.
Wow, what a shot by Avesh Khan. That was like a bullet. Just raced a bit to the fence. The fielder at mid-off and the fielder at long-off had absolutely no chance. Nobody moved as the ball just raced away to the fence like a tracer bullet.
Well, he was given room. He cleared that front leg, and he was able to access the offside. Joseph comes from way down third man. Has run right up to the young man Seals. You have to feel it for young Seals. He's bowled 9 overs, none for 33 before this over. And he is now facing tremendous pressure here. 10 of 10. The pendulum has swung in India's favor yet again. Third man goes back. Long on comes into the 30-yard.
Are we going to see a super over, Mr. Mamchan?
Well, could well be on the cards. Here is Seals. 33 on his back. He runs away from us and bowls to Khan. That one rushes into Khan, looking to throw the stumps down Romario Shepherd, but he holds on to the ball. 9 from 9.
Smart cricket by Avesh Khan. He had a boundary on the previous delivery and now just pushes it towards the onside and comes across for a single, giving strike back to the in-form Axar Patel, who is batting on 56 of 31 balls. And the equation now, 9 runs, 9 balls.
Here's Jaden Seals. He goes in now, bowls to Patel. That's a short delivery. He swivels, gets it down behind square for 1. Not a bad option. 8 to get of 8 deliveries.
This match is getting very exciting. We know Avesh Khan and Akshar Patel again having a mid-pitch conference. Word of advice, probably to make sure that do not lose your wicket. If you take a single, fine. If you cannot take a single, 2 balls remaining in this over.
Yeah, he is running in. He bowls. This is a slow delivery, slow ball bumper. Through to the wicket keeper. 8 from 7. Khan is on 10 and Patel 57. 304 for 7. Another conference.
I would imagine that if Avesh Khan plays off this ball comfortably, Akshar Patel to get 8 runs of the last over, he would be willing to go for that.
Jaden Seals goes in now, up to the wicket, bowls, swung away, and he's out caught at the backward square. Seals has struck, and the West Indies have taken the 8th wicket. It's now down to the final over, and 8 will be required of 6 deliveries.
What a turn in this match, Vinod. I think Akshar Patel probably had gone to Avesh Khan to tell him, give him some advice at this juncture, but Avesh Khan decided to hit a lusty blow, and to his credit, I must say it was well struck, but it was caught right on the boundary rope. So a little bit of a bad luck, I would say, for Avesh Khan on that particular delivery. But this is now getting very interesting because one last over, 50th over coming up, last 6 balls, 8 runs to win. India 304 for 8 with Siraj coming to the crease now, Vinod.
Well, it's going to be Myers to bowl the final over. He has 2 wickets so far. He's one of those who bowls wicket to wicket. He's not going to give you pace to work with. Ishan Kishan is out there now with a message for Akshar Patel. Mohammad Siraj, who averages 4, just a little higher than mine. He is the man in now. 8 of 6. And Myers.
Colin Murray has just entered the commentary box, and I see a little bit of despair on his face at the moment.
That is because he walked up the steps. Has absolutely nothing to do with the game. A good over by Jaden Seals, the penultimate over, 7 runs, and he got a wicket.
Kyle Mayers bowling the last over of this second one-day international here at the Queen's Park Oval. Crowd on its feet, Vinod, and this is the over that will...
Well, he's going to go round the wicket to Patel. Let's look at the field. There's a short third man, short backward square. Square leg on the boundaries coming into the circle, it seems. There's a deep mid wicket. Long on. Puran is going back at long off. Seals comes to point just at the edge of the 30-yard circle. Myers has 2 for 40 of 7. Can he do it? He's a man with a big heart. Kyle Myers. Everyone, I think, they're at the edge of their seats here. 8 of 6. Let's see what he's going to do. Here is Myers. Up to the wicket, bowls a can. That's a good delivery. Full outside the off stump, and not being able to get it away was Akshar Patel. 8 of 5.
Well, Vinod. 8 runs of 5 balls of Kyle Mayers, and the man in form at the crease, Akshar Patel.
Here's Myers again. Up to the wicket and bowls right up. It goes down to deep mid wicket. They're looking for 2. And a good work. Excellent work down there by Brandon King. Cuts it to 1. Mohammad Siraj is on strike. His average is 4.
You know,
No one is asleep in Chennai. No one is asleep in Dharamshala. No one is asleep in Mumbai. And even in Ranchi, they are waking at the moment.
4 balls, we know it's 7 runs to win, and I'm sure that Kyle Mayers is not complaining that Mohammad Siraj is at the crease to face the last 4 balls. Akshar Patel
Could the West Indies come back from near that?
If they do, then the third match here on Wednesday will become all the more interesting.
Here's Myers. It's into Mohammad Siraj. Plays it down to third man. They get 1. Siraj doing the right thing, bringing Akshar Patel back on strike. There's a big roar here at the Queen's Park Oval. The Barbadian Kyle Myers is bowling from the southern end. And I'm sure all of Barbados, they're following the coverage here.
Yes, absolutely. 3 balls, 6 runs to win for India to seal the series 2-0 if they come home.
6 of 3. I'm sure that all the bars and Oystons are alight with activities right now. Everyone has gotten out of the water in Bronx Beach. They are at their cars listening to this. Here is Myers. Booster Patel. It's in the air. And he has struck it for 6. Patel wins it for India with 2 deliveries to go. Congratulations to Patel and India. They win the series by 2 wickets. And congratulations to them. Akshar Patel, you played out of your skins today. The West Indies players, they caught a 4-long pitcher out there. Congratulations to India on a wonderful victory.
Yes, what of a full toss, he hits us 6 right towards the Brian Lara Pavilion and celebrates in style. And now with India managing to win this ODI series, they are the first team to win 12 consecutive one-day international bilateral series against a team. So this one-day international series victory is of historic proportions when it comes to the one-day internationals in cricket.
Full toss slipping out of the hands of Myers. We knew what Myers was doing in the over. He was looking to go full and pitch it right up in the block hole. He missed on that occasion. The pressure got to him, and Myers has struck it for 6. Well, Doc, I'm going to leave you with Colin Murray to wrap up, as Colin is here. I know he said something early on, and I'm sure that Colin Murray is not going to go down that route. And of course, Colin Murray and Sid Gray is going to also give his thoughts while Colin wraps it up.
Well, congratulations to Team India for winning this one-day international series in style as Akshar Patel brings India home. And Colin, as I hand over the microphone to you, your thoughts on India's victory today?
Oh no, you got to give them kudos. They were in a lot of trouble at one stage. You thought that they were so badly behind the asking rate that there was no way. They lost 3 wickets, 79. But what an innings from Akshar Patel. Not only did he bowl well, he came and he scored runs. He got 50 off of 27 balls, and he really carried India to victory. After the loss of Samson, you thought, well, again, India were under some problems. Huda went, Samson went, and Samson at the time was batting